Welcome to the Hooch, where the only place more messed up than your hosts is the barracks on a Friday night or the VA. So get ready to stand by for your weekly dose of toilet humor and shenanigans from your fellow veterans, Coy Mack and Michael Grizzled Grunt Harris.
Good evening. Good evening, all.
What is happening on a Sunday evening? Or
Sunday evening. You're going to say Sunday afternoon,
yeah,
weren't you?
Sunday afternoon, late afternoon.
Sunday afternoon. No, it's a Sunday evening. I don't know how to describe the world right now. It's on fire. I know we did that last week. It was the world on fire, and it's Entanglement 2.0. What a time to be alive. This timeline is amazing for world events and then also crazy stupid people.
Yeah, thank you, CERN. CERN, we would like to thank you and all your mad scientists down there that caused this shift.
Thank you. Thank you for putting us in the alternate timeline.
Appreciate it.
We never asked for it, but thank you for putting us there.
We want the cornucopia back. That's what we want.
I want my cornucopia on my underwear, okay?
Yes.
For the fruit of the loom when I buy it. You want that. Well, excuse me.
Damn.
I was just having dinner. So the world's on fire. The U.S., Russia, and China are inching closer to World War III, and Jada Pinket-Smith is the example of toxic female empowerment. And then I honestly think her and Amber Heard are tied for worst woman of the year. Like I don't know who wins that one. What do you think?
That's a tough one. I think with Amber Heard putting her hands on him, she might win that title. And lying about it and almost ruining his whole life with a lie. Yeah, Amber Heard will win.
Yeah, I think Amber Heard's definitely the worst one because when you crap in a bed, I think your craziness level just goes.
Yeah, you're a bottom feeder, bottom of the barrel,
way up there,
undateable. 1, 2, 3, undateable.
You are an undateable person at that point.
And somebody's dating her after she crapped all over some sheets. I'll be like,
as smart as Elon Musk is, I don't know why he wanted to stick his dick in crazy. Apparently, according to Elon Musk, it was because she was willing to dress up for him as his favorite characters, as in cosplay, fantasies, and it was okay, well, I mean, that makes sense. That tracks. If you're gonna go with a crazy person, they would probably willing to be doing things for you that normal people wouldn't, but.
I ain't that crazy though. I ain't that freaky.
Men are dumb. we do things we know we probably shouldn't do, and then we justify it by saying well, she's pretty, or well, I mean, she makes me happy sometimes, and it's no, just no, dude, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
No, she wasn't a robot. She was something else. I'm not entirely sure which characters he liked. I think it was from Overwatch. Yeah, they're both mental. Anyway, I mean, at least Elon Musk has an excuse. He's on the spectrum, right? He's got the tism. He has the tism, okay? He likes particular things in a particular way. She's just nutty.
Yeah, and it's praise too. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane.
It's crazy how there were people out here in our country and in the world that actually supported her during that trial. That's insane.
Still do.
Yeah, still do. An empowering woman. No, that's a toxic feminist. Straight up.
Female power. Female power.
Toxic.
Anyway, I want to start with some funny videos before we get started into the heavy topics. I found this one the other day, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious.
Oh, man. Yeah. But did it die?
She didn't even say, shit. She just shine. What is that sound? Shine. What is that?
Did it die? It looked dead.
I don't know, man, but that was bad luck on the deer's part.
Poor thing.
It did not make that one out as well as it probably should have.
Poor thing.
And this other one is really good. It's a good meme one. I've never gotten messed up enough that I need my wife to do this for me, but I'm hoping she would if I was that messed up. So this is POV when you had too many beers, shit yourself, and now the missus is cleaning you up.
Oh man,
It's the life of a groundhog right there.
look at it, just sitting there, just like,
Yeah,
oh,
you're just chilling, man. I'm having a good time. Are you having a good time? We're all having a good time.
I want one.
He's just enjoying it. I wish I could enjoy things like that. Just like that would be fun.
Once I build his empire, I'm getting one.
Yeah, you got to get yourself a groundhog.
Yes.
As long as it doesn't end up in the soup.
No, I won't kill it.
All right, so this next one is pretty good. It's for you, Michael, since it happens in the kitchen. So this is probably the type of attitude most people have.
What do you push under her?
It was like a little dustpan. Like
oh, that's so messed. That is so messed up.
Just like, and then yeah.
Oh yeah.
Brilliant thought. You gotta have funny bits.
Fired. You're fired. No more. Don't come back.
Okay, so and then this next one is great too because it's on topic for what we're talking about today. It's men regretting their decisions in life.
Oh yeah, that happens daily.
This guy is definitely regretting every decision he's ever made leading up to this point. Oh my God, I can't do it.
Oh God. She's just up there living life.
He's dying. This poor dude is dying underneath her, and he's just like, "I'm gonna keep her up. I'm gonna do it.
Anything for that. Anything for that after hours, right?
Right."
He's like, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna. Oh God.
This is the face of struggle.
He's even got his hands up. He's like, I quit. I give up.
That's the dude behind him because his hand's right here. That's his
hand.
Oh
crap! I thought those were his arms.
No, that's somebody else's. They're just like on either side that look perfect for it. But yeah, that's a dude struggling right there. He's
so
struggling.
Messed up. Help him. Help your friend. Help.
Somebody come get this guy.
Look at the panic in his face. He's like, please don't let me drop her.
Yeah. The glass is sliding down and everything. Yeah, he's not happy.
His anxiety is out the roof right now.
He is not happy.
Farting on his back. She just over there pooting, just.
Oh man, the smells too.
Oh
God, that's probably not been fun.
No,
fun for him.
Not at all.
Anyway, yeah, he's regretting every decision he's ever made. So that's
Poor
that
guy.
one. And this next one as well is on topic because it's just like how crazy the world is, and I love that the fact that we live in an age where we get to see everything on video. Because some of the things you see are absolutely insane, and you wouldn't believe it unless you had seen it for yourself. One of those things, man. Like, it's nutty. So I ask everybody in the chat, do you think these people are okay?
What is that?
That is okay. Wait, let me go back. Oh, that one ever.
Oh my God.
So this, I'll pause it when it gets to it. But the dude is being, I think, cleaned or groomed by a rat.
Oh, and he's knocked out.
He is out, and that rat is going to town on whatever is in his mouth.
Oh, that's so nasty.
These people are not okay.
Don't kill the rat, though.
Okay, man.
I love all
that dude, like, I don't know how messed up you have to be to not feel an entire rat in your mouth.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, the answer definitely would be no.
Little booger sugar never hurt nobody. Nope. What was your drug of choice? Cocaine.
I do cocaine.
Cocaine. Hey,
oh man, I love rock.
I've dibble dabbled. I ain't no hypocrite. I've dibble dabbled in that stuff.
Jesus.
Long time ago. Long time ago.
These people aren't okay. The world's not okay at all. Period.
No.
It is surprising to me. So moving on from that.
Ooh.
one last meme video before we move on to the topics. It's also topical as well. The reason why we will never have free healthcare in the United States is for this reason alone. And it gives me one of those American Eagle like boners, because like it's cool. I'm sorry, it's cool. I'm sorry. Just chilling, and then knock knock America.
Nah,
They
knock
coming,
knock. Here
man.
we come.
They are coming to town, man. They are not playing. Like, I like it, and then I
Yeah.
hate it at the same time because I know America is one of the best out there, and that's just from personal experience, you know, between both of our military services. It's just like we know what America's capable of. Though I wish we weren't doing it right now, especially with the potato in chief in charge.
I wish we wouldn't do it at all, ever again, unless somebody attacks the homeland. I am anti-war.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are that way too. And even the worst thing about this is the way that they're treating us off of it as well. This is the funniest thing ever too. Israel and Ukraine battling over U.S. tax dollars while Americans can't afford the cost of living. Having a woo fest.
We're having a woo fest.
Yeah,
Americans over here struggling every day, and we're sending billions of dollars overseas for something we don't even want to be involved in. It's a travesty. It's a shame.
It's terrible.
Embarrassing. Embarrassing. All you pro-war people, you're an embarrassment. Yeah, I said it.
You are. And it's a good segue into this. Is the USS Gerald Ford? The crew on board, as they're nearing Israel, was giving state dinner and lobster.
Oh, of course. You know
what that means, right?
What?
You don't know what happens when you get served lobster and steak on a ship?
Have I ever been on a ship?
No. Okay. But have you ever been served steak and lobster before a big operation before?
Yes, we have. And yes, that is. Damn, I never thought about that.
Yeah, that's exactly what that means. It means
here's
that
your last meal.
They give these guys a really good meal right before they send them off. And any time that we've gotten steak and lobsters, things aren't about to be good. Things are not about to be good for anybody.
You got to give them the suspicious eyes with that one.
Yeah, and you have to, because that's just the way that the world is. Like I said, it's burning, or the world is on fire.
You know, there's this thing I posted. I said they're willing to start World War III and burn down the world before they let us see that famous list that they keep hiding.
Yeah, the Epstein list.
Yeah.
So coming out of Chinese military propaganda paper, the Chinese PLA stationed up to 6 warships in the Middle East over the past week amid rising tensions from Israel-Gaza war. This is coming from themselves. This isn't like some other outlet. This is the pro-Chinese propaganda paper. They're telling us they're doing this. Like, this is the arrival of the replacement escort group in the Gulf region meant 2 advanced 052D destroyers and have been stationed there at the time of the heightened tensions. The PLA's 44th Task Force left Muscat? What is that word? Muscat?
Google it. Somebody Google it real quick.
Oh my God. Like, what is that place?
What does that even mean?
Muscat.
I don't know.
Okay, Muscat is the capital and most prominent city in Oman. That's what it is.
Okay, Oman.
But that looks like a terrible name for a city. Muscat. Man, that's weird. Okay, anyway, moving on from that in my like ADHD brain. For the unspecified location on Saturday after taking part of the joint exercise with the Omani military. So this is them bragging that they have been working with the Omanis and moving their Belt and Road Initiative forward and using securities with Middle Eastern countries. And this is just an example of them pushing their military might. They're not the only ones. The Russians have also said that they're moving assets in the Black Sea that are capable of striking the U.S. naval operations there if need be.
Oh, we've heard that before.
Yeah. So
Wars
it's
and
not just
rumors of wars.
one people. And yeah, and you also got to forget the Congress people that all went to Israel this weekend.
Of course.
And pledging their undying loyalty and love, that whole bit with our money, obviously, because
taxpayer
why
dollars
wouldn't
paid
they?
for their trip over there.
Yeah.
They went over there to write a check.
And this comes amid the points of Netanyahu threatening Hezbollah in Jordan, saying that the biggest mistake they can make in their life is opening up a second front in the war. Actually, has been said multiple times over this weekend on multiple news outlets that if things go south and bad for Israel, that they are more than willing to use nuclear weapons to defend themselves. I wonder where I heard that before. Something in Ukraine. So, like, it's totally okay for Israel to do it, but not okay for Russia to do it.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay, I'm sorry. Can we hold off on the idea of that either one of these two powers using nuclear weapons is a bad thing? Is a bad idea?
Only if they like you, you're allowed to use them. They have to like you. They have to be an ally on paper.
Yeah.
Not a real ally. It's just on paper. But if the world likes you, you're allowed to use them. If the world doesn't like you, you're not allowed to use them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way it goes. That's how it is. It's like I said, it's just to me the point that we are in a state of constant conflict because we have the weakest, the worst president we've probably ever had in our entire life. Like, he makes Jimmy Carter look like a saint.
Yes.
Like, that's how bad he is, right? Like, we're even to the point that he will probably end up causing an oil embargo with what's happening here. Because one thing you don't do, especially if you're already a little bit like on the edge with the Saudis, is give them a reason to cut off the tap.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what's happening right now is they're giving them a reason for the Arab Middle East world to shut off the tap. And all this is really about is that, like, Lindsey Graham and his all mightiness went to Israel and basically called out Iran and saying that we're coming after you. They're keep pushing for a war with Iran. Like, wait, isn't the conflict in Israel? It was like, no, because they're the militias, they're proxies backed by Iran. It's like, oh, okay. So, like, the military, the U.S. is backing in Ukraine are our proxies against Russia. Yeah, okay. Or the Mujahideen, which we funded during the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, or any of the other civil uprisings in the entire last 50 years of global geopolitics.
At the end of the day, all these wars that's going on right now, like we said before, there's a bigger picture that we're seeing. It has nothing to do with the people there. It has nothing to do with the attacks. It has nothing to do with that. All of it comes down to the Green New Deal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If they can, just like we talked about before, they sold all our oil reserves, and now we're like down to a few more days of oil reserves.
We don't have any. It's gone. The Strategic Petroleum Reserve is gone. Like, it went away like probably this last week.
Yeah, I know they were. I know they were close to going away or they were gone. But at the end of the day, if they attack these oil-rich countries, they can gain control over all that oil. So it's all part of the new Green Deal, man. If they can take control of the oil, they can shut down oil production. They can push this new Green Deal worldwide. People got to look at the big picture. Yeah. That's just my opinion, though. I don't know. Maybe.
They keep pushing us into a conflict that nobody's going to win. And it's not going to benefit the American people. Like, I think this entire conflict has opened up a lot of people's eyes. I think this has been the biggest red pill that we could have ever hoped for, because people are actually seeing what people truly are now, especially the media, with how they handled the hospital incident, right? They automatically believed a terrorist organization when they said that they bombed the hospital. And looking at all the available evidence and seeing it there, it's not what happened. It's not what happened, but the media ran with it anyway. They probably knew it wasn't true, but they still went with it anyway. And that's what we've been saying about the media forever, is that if you're on the wrong side of what they want, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, if people understood like how this propaganda is working, if you go all the way back to the Iraq war and Afghanistan war, the propaganda was planes flown into the World Trade Center, which forced us to go after the Taliban in a foreign country, which was only one person's doing who planned supposedly, and it was a few people that died in a plane crash. It shouldn't have been against the whole country, in my opinion. And then the war in Iraq, we didn't really know what we was going over there for, except weapons of mass destruction, which were never found. And then the president at that time actually laughed about it, the fact that they couldn't find it. So they pushed this propaganda to get people behind the war. Then they come out and laugh in our face saying, well, I guess they never had the weapons of mass destruction. So why are we there?
Yeah, so it's like, oh, that's fine. That's fun.
Yeah. And now it's the
I'm tired
same
of being
thing with
lied to.
these wars. They are going to push this propaganda, and they are going to stage a lot of these attacks, a lot of these car bombings, a lot of these deaths, which has been proven that they do stage them.
Yeah.
And they're trying to pull on the heartstrings like they always do around the world, and you can see it happening right now. Yep. People are either pro-Palestine or pro-Israel. So it's driving this wedge between the populace across the world. You're driving this wedge.
A big wedge.
Divide and conquer is real. So it's all propaganda. If people would just turn off their TV, stop watching the propaganda, take any information you want to take to. Yeah, watch us. We'll feed you we'll give you the information. But see what we do with the information, we use our critical thinking skills and we actually dissect the information. We're not just giving it to you. But stay away from the propaganda. Free your mind, unplug. That's what you have to do. Because they want us to back this war. And there's a rule. You can't have a war.
Oh, no. Obama internet. It's getting Michael again. Now, since he's gone, he'll be back in a second. Since one of the things that we've had to deal with and what we're dealing with now is the fact that Israel is doing things that are just going to create more jihadis. Like, I get that they're right in their action against them because they can't do nothing, but they have to do something.
Yes.
But that something is creating more problems than what they're trying to fix. And that's the same lesson that we learned in Afghanistan and Iraq, is that it doesn't matter how many you bomb or how many buildings you take down with the jihadis, you're just making more of them. You kill one and then 10 more grow up in their place. That's what happened. And that's all they're going to be doing right now. What they're doing is like, yeah, I know they're shooting rockets out of civilian centers. They did that to us too in Afghanistan and Iraq. And we did the exact same thing. We bombed them too. And you know how that went. That war went about as well as this one's going to go. And that's the right, like, they're repeating the same mistakes that we made.
Yeah, I believe it. And, no one wins in war. You got to understand that we were in Afghanistan and Iraq over 20 years each.
Yeah.
And what did we really accomplish over there? You know what I mean? And Coy said it many times before, just a bunch of dead U.S. service members and dead civilians. And what did we accomplish? What did we gain once we started pulling out of there? What did we do?
Yeah. It was like we were never even there.
Yeah, we destabilized the government. We put in the people we wanted that would listen to us, and it had nothing to do with their belief. It had something to do with that they were going to play along with this globalist, mentality. Are you going to listen to us? If you don't listen to us, we're not going to fund you. And here's what we want from you: resources. It all comes down to resources.
Yep. So as you say, Michael, and your catchphrase is "rich man's trick."
Everything's a rich man's trick.
It is a rich man's trip, man.
It is,
It's
and people need to understand that.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't disagree with that part on that one. This is like Gulf War being planned before it happened. Yeah. I
Yes.
mean, this has all been planned. They've been trying to go after Iran, so that's why you see a lot of these neocons and neolibs saying that we wanna go to war with Iran is because they're using this as an excuse to get what they wanted to begin with.
Mhm.
They've been wanting to invade Iran. You can even ask Bolton this, good old John Bolton, who tried to force them to do something under Trump, and he said no, mind you. So Trump kept us out of getting in a war with Iran, by the way, that people don't want to really mention. And that's been the game from the beginning.
Mhm.
Like, it's just an excuse. They needed something, and now they've got it.
I mean, we talked about Operation Northwood a couple months ago. I mean,
Yep.
that's never ended. They tried to get JFK to go after Cuba. He
Yep.
said no. They ended up taking him out, and then they put all these rules or whatever, embargoes and everything else on Cuba, and they got what they want.
Yep.
And
They
it's with
did.
every war. I mean, it's true. They plan this stuff, and if you ever watch this short document, it's a short film. It's called "I Pet Goat,"
Mm,
and it's real short and it's very interesting. And that's probably
mm,
something we can show towards the end of the show. But it's very good, and it has a lot of subliminal messages in there.
mm.
And they talk about how we pretty much we're brainwashed into believing whatever they're putting out to get us to buy into the stuff. Then they come back and tell us after we've already supported it that it wasn't what they were saying.
Yeah.
And more citizens need to wake up to that. They need to wake up to the fact that they can't believe anything the media puts out. They can't trust these politicians. I don't care who they are. They're all bought and paid for. We need to revamp the whole government, clean it out, gut it out, put regular Americans in there, not these lawyers that went to these Ivy League schools and Princeton and Yale and Harvard. You get your average Joe in there to run that state. And your average Joe is going to understand about the people. These people are too disconnected to understand about the people. They grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth. They don't know
Yep.
what it's like.
They're
We
not
need to get
connected.
regular people. Yeah, they're not connected. You need to get people that are connected to these communities in these positions.
Yeah, they get corrupted by the system. That's how it always goes.
Yes,
Like
Barbara,
I said,
it's called I Pet Goat.
I Pet Coat.
I Pet Goat. She was asking what it was. I
Yeah,
Pet
that's
Goat.
weird. It's a weird name for a thing, but
It's really good though.
the whole thing is like I said, we try to have a better nuance of the situation than this. Is like I don't want to be pro either side just because I know that like nobody wins in this whole thing. I mean, it's all the same. It's like there's a bunch of dead civilians on both sides now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be over nothing but generational hatred. And it's what it is. It's like Hatfields and McCoys just shooting each other for no reason and reasons they forgot about over a long period of time. It's like
Yes.
they're fighting over the same patch of barren land. That's literally it. It's not even good land. It's just what they believe to have value.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally spilling each other's blood for nothing other than that. But that's the state of humanity. That's history. One people get pushed out over another, and it's going to continue to be that way.
And like I said before, I don't pick sides in this conflict. I'm not one of those people who's going to pick a side. I believe in justice. I believe in, I feel for the people that are caught in the middle of all this, the children and, the innocent civilians who are caught in the middle.
Yeah.
But I truly don't believe we should have any say in it, any say. So let them figure it out and let them do what they have to do.
Yeah. But the U.S. has got to be big brother protector, right? Of all these people. So now we've gotten ourselves in it, and we shouldn't be. Anyway,
Yep.
just watch out for it, folks. Like things are going to get worse before they get better. I think it's a good time to move on to the next topic, which is the fun one. I wanted to get the heavy stuff out of the way so we can talk about the fun one. Jada Pinket-Smith this week. Yes, we do. We need to protect our borders. That's the other thing. That's a really big issue that's not going to get solved anytime soon. They could solve it, but they don't care to. So anyway, moving on. We got Jada Pinket-Smith, who has this week come out and basically said that Will Smith and her have been separated for 7 years, since 2016. So if everybody remembers the infamous Oscar slap, I gotta actually bring that up too, so we can replay that as well, because that's part of the story. This dude has had his life ruined because of this woman. And he's been banned from the Oscars for 10 years, right? Like he can't step foot at that show for 10 years because of it. It is the most insane thing. This woman has constantly just emasculated this man and disrespected him. Now, this came, we actually covered this when it came out a couple of years ago. This is 3 years ago on her show, mind you. The Red Table Talk was her show to formally emasculate Will Smith in front of her audience for everybody to see.
As promised, Jada Pinket-Smith brought herself to the red table, and surprisingly, her husband Will Smith joined her. They talked about pain, healing, and yes, Jada's entanglement with August Alsina.
It's all love.
Recently, Alsina revealed to the world that he was involved in a relationship with Jada while she was still married, and even though statements were released denying the affair.
Okay, so mind you, this is 3 years ago. They're saying that they were still married, even though she's claiming now for her new memoir and her book that they weren't. They were separated. That's what she's claiming, mind you.
Pinket-Smith is now reluctantly confirming that the relationship did indeed exist.
It's a situation that I consider private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business.
Yeah.
But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
During the 12-minute Red Table Talk episode, Jada sat down with Will to explain how she met August 4.5 years ago. But the friendship didn't turn into something more until she and Will were ready to call it.
Mind you, the person they're talking about is the friend of her son. That's predator behavior. This dude's 20 years old and she's twice his age. Like that's the thing people kind of tend to miss about this topic, is that she was acting in a predatory manner to a younger man.
Quits.
You and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
Yes, we know entanglement is vague as hell, but thankfully, Will pressed her to be more clear.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely.
Dude, the fact that he can sit there and take that to begin with is crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. It is insane.
I mean, that's the world they live in, though, man. These rich people or people with a lot of money like this, or people that are in a spot like this, they're all weird like that. They share each other's wives and girlfriends, and they bounce from this relationship to the next relationship. They're just bouncing around from person to person. And then they wonder why they get in situations like this, Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't open the door, man. Don't open that door.
Yeah, so I wanted to do that rewind so we understand where we're at. So that was 3 years ago, right? And now that she's selling a book, she's doing a book tour, because that's what rich people do when they're running out of money. They sell books. She needs money. God, these people. This is the reporting and interview from that.
We are back 8:14 with Carson and Hoda's exclusive interview with Jada Pinkett-Smith, and everyone's going to be talking about this.
Yeah, she is one half of Hollywood's most powerful couple. She's at the center of constant gossip and controversy,
one person,
including that slap at the Oscars. She was sitting right next to Will Smith. And when we met up with Jada in her hometown of Baltimore to talk about her candid new memoir, Worthy, she opened up about an issue that has been kept secret until now.
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
right,
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
How insane is that? How insane is this woman? They've been separated this entire time, according to her, divorced on paper or not on paper. This entire time.
That's a face of a narcissist, though.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at her eyes, you can see it. She is toxic to the core.
Yeah, and I agree with you. He's not fully free of blame either.
Oh no, he's not either.
He's staying in that
another weirdo.
relationship. Yeah,
he gets exactly what he deserves. You should, like I said, you should have never opened the door to that in your relationship, an open relationship. And there's a lot of people out here with open relationships, a lot. But then they get upset.
They're not even in an open relationship though. He thinks that they're exclusive, and she's just doing whatever the hell she wants.
Yeah,
like
weirdos.
So just to remind everybody, just to remind you all, this man ruined his career for a woman who she believes, or he believes, whatever it is, aren't even together.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if anybody remembers this little incident, makes a lot of questions pop up in your head when you think about what she just said and what's happened.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow.
That looks so fake, though, to me. But
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Yeah. Ruined his career, ruined his life for a woman who he wasn't even together with, or who she says isn't together with.
Exactly. And I would have beat the brakes off of Will Smith on that stage. There would have been some stage moving. Because you ain't gonna come up and slap me in my face in front of the whole world to see. It's on, acting or not. But I don't buy it. I kind of think it was kind of staged. I think. Who knows? These are actors. We always have to understand that.
I think it is, but it's also, like I said, this whole thing is just a symptom of the decay of American culture, right?
Oh yeah.
This is just the prime example of relationships failing because of toxic ideology.
Yep.
Like how they're like always coming after toxic masculinity, except they never talk about toxic femininity, toxic females.
Oh, you can't talk about women. Women are the victims, man. They're always the victims. You got to believe a woman.
Now,
and he pushed this ideology. You got to believe them. What did Will Smith do for her to leave? What did he do? It's always what did the man do?
What did he do wrong? Yeah. What did he do wrong?
Mm-mm.
No, like I say, people are adults. They do their own thing, and not all women are like this. I know my wife is not one of those people. But nothing will destroy a man faster than marrying the wrong woman. And we all know examples of people that have married the wrong woman.
Yep. And not even marrying, relationship, friendship, toxicity is toxicity.
Yep.
And you cannot be married and have a toxic person that just has toxic traits.
Yeah. And here's another good example is that everybody and their mother will be more than willing to help a woman out of a toxic relationship, but nobody will ever help a man get out of one. Think about it.
We're supposed to man up, though.
Yeah.
We got to man up, man. We can't talk about that stuff. We're a man. Jesse Lee Peterson asked this toxic feminist on his show. He was like, so if a woman hits a man, should a man hit her back? And she said no. And he was just asking questions. He goes, why not? He goes, because she's a woman.
Because she's a woman, yeah.
He goes, but she hit him. He can't defend himself? No, it's not fair. Oh.
But I thought women were equal.
Yeah, I thought you guys wanted to be equal. Equality,
So,
right?
There's been more than one comedian that's made jokes about that. It's like, so there's no circumstances of when you shouldn't hit a woman. It's like, well, yeah, if she's taking a kitchen knife to my chest, I should probably punch her in the face at least. I mean,
that'd be frowned on too.
Just a starting point. I'm sorry if you're getting knifed in the chest or in like the head or whatever, or you're getting hit with a frying pan, that might be a good opportunity to defend yourself. But they would still be the one going to jail. Like the dude to be like knifed up and can't breathe, and they're still taking his ass to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time. Every time.
Jada's a walking red flag, and like we said backstage, she has a Jezebel spirit. And she's a very evil, toxic person. Yep. She's a witch. Not a good one, though. She studies the dark magic.
Mm-hmm. So let's listen to this. This just puts more nails in her coffin.
Cheat on Will Smith, no matter how sad he looked at that table. And when you read this book, you will kind of get an understanding of why the red table even happened in the first place.
I did not cheat on Will Smith. I want to just like try to replay that again so you can hear what she said from the beginning, because it's important to hear it.
I did not cheat on Will Smith, no matter how sad he looked at that table. And when you read this book, you will kind of get an understanding of why the red table even happened in the first place.
No matter what anybody thinks, no matter what anybody says, according to her and her ideas and not her marriage, she did not cheat on him. She did not have a relationship.
What are one of the traits of a narcissist, though? One of them. The lack of accountability.
Never being
responsible, never be accountable for your actions. She could have got up there and said, yeah, it happened. We were going through problems and I did what I did, but she's not even holding herself accountable after she said 3 years
ago. Mm-hmm. Said 3 years ago. Yeah. I lost Michael again. The Obama internet coming to get her. There you go. What were you saying?
Dang internet, man.
He's gonna get better internet. It's okay. So you sent me this one. I'm trying to read it. I can't see it. Okay. I never liked Will's movies. I would tell him.
Yeah, the one where she said she hasn't watched
on Juice Before We Make Love. The sound of Tupac's voice helped me set the mood.
Yeah.
Holy Jesus, man. Holy Jesus. And for those of you who don't know, she used to date Tupac. And then
another trait of a narcissist is to try to destroy the person by any means necessary. They have no morals. They have no empathy. They have nothing. They're a shell of a human.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you really love someone or care about somebody the way she says she did, they had kids together, they had this life together, why would you try to destroy him?
Yeah. Destroy him, absolutely destroy him. And to answer your question, entanglement, according to her, is a thing you get into, you accidentally get into when you put another person's dick in you. That's an entanglement. It's like it's her version of what getting into an affair is, or a relationship is that it was an entanglement. We got entangled with each other. It's like, yeah, you were a predator and you went after your.
What do we say backstage? The person that barks the loudest is usually the one in the wrong.
Yeah, usually, because the person that's won the argument, it doesn't need to argue
exactly about her.
Yeah. So, like Michael mentioned,
the person that lost is the one that always has to run their mouth. Yeah, she has a Jezebel spirit. There's a lot of women out there that have a Jezebel spirit, believe it or not. Men too.
A Jezebel spirit is a demonic influence that creates rifts in the church and marriages through cunning, deception, and seduction. It is often characterized as being seductive, unrepentant, and destructive. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? It is often characterized as being seductive. Yeah, we read that. Jezebel spirit is associated with her obsessive passion for domineering and controlling others, especially in the spirit realm. And when she becomes queen, she is ordered to exterminate all the prophets of the Lord. Yeah. In religious context. Anyway, that sounds familiar. So I think Michael is correct on that one. that she is a Jezebel Spirit. And it's sad. And like there are a lot of people that her and Amber Heard are the worst kind of people in the world. Is they use, abuse, and chew up people and spit them out and then blame everybody else for their problems, even though they're the ones that created the problems in the first place. It's their fault. But they'll never admit that it's their fault because they can never do anything wrong. Ever. They never do anything wrong. The Saturday Night Live folks actually came up with a pretty good skit on this one. I wanted to bring it up as kind of levity to it because like it just sometimes they can be funny, sometimes they won't be, but this time they were actually pretty funny.
Jada Pinkett-Smith has been making some waves with some of the revelations in her new memoir, Worthy. Here to comment is Jada Pinkett-Smith.
To see you, Michael. Thank you for coming to the red table. All right. Sorry if I seem a little tired. I've been on the Today Show 14 times in 3 days.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of buzz. In your new book, you revealed that you and Will Smith have been separated since 2016?
That's the truth. That is the truth. But the day we got married, I knew there was going to be trouble. At our wedding, someone stood up and objected.
Who was it?
It was me, yeah. Yeah, it was me. You know, but it's okay.
Yeah, it was me. It was just I knew that he wasn't Tupac, and now I gotta be married to this guy that's kind of like discount Tupac, or at least in her mind, I guess. I don't know.
23 years later, Will and I are still a unit. And it's because we have learned that the secret to a successful marriage is never go to bed happy.
Yeah, you guys describe your marriage as brutiful, as in brutal and beautiful.
Yep, and
only to
other
her.
people describe it as unhealthy. yeah. But we're doing great, Michael. We really are. And for the first time in a very, very long time, I am in such a solid, fortified place. You see, nothing makes me feel stronger than publicly cucking my millionaire husband.
I don't understand. Why not just get a divorce?
Oh, no. Divorce is not an option. No. I have principles, Michael. If we got divorced, he could mess around and end up happy. and I can't have that. I just can't have that.
Well, he doesn't seem very happy. He called your marriage a sloppy public experiment in unconditional love.
Yeah, that was
Jesus.
actually in our vows. Yeah. So anyway, back to Tupac.
I never said Tupac.
Well, I can't stop saying Tupac, all right? You know, we were so close, and a lot of people don't know this, but before he died, he was in the process of legally changing his name to Pinkett. Yeah. Yeah, he was my soulmate, yeah.
What about Will? You said in your book that him slapping Chris Rock actually brought you closer together as a couple.
Yeah, that's right.
And
it
Dilla
was the
didn't.
first time in years that I felt like his wife. And now I am so clear on what to do if we ever start drifting apart again.
And what's that?
The next time we hit a rough patch, I'm gonna ask Will to shoot Kevin Hart.
Jada Pinkett-Smith, everybody.
Call me Mrs. Shakur.
Oh. Call me Mrs. Shakur. Jesus, man.
And, you know, that little skit, he asked a good question. Is like, if you're so unhappy with someone, and if it was
Why
so
not divorce?
miserable for you, why not just divorce? Why? I mean, you're separated. I get it. Separation's not a divorce. But why hold on to that? There's other reasons, money, financial. A lot of people do it for other reasons. But if
Yep.
your life is that bad with that, and the person did so much wrong, why string them along and not divorce them? Just let them go. See ya.
Yeah.
Have
You
a
would
good
think.
life. But
You
a
would
lot of
think,
people
man.
don't do that. A lot of people hold on for financial reasons and other reasons. I'm not holding on to nothing.
Yeah, they usually do
Financial,
it to
you
their
could
kids.
a gazillionaire. I'm out for real. I'm out. I'm not. I don't know how
Like I
people
said,
do it.
we talked about relationships extensively on the Savage Patriots on Rumble on the Uncensored show. You should go check it out. Good episode. And the point of it being is that these modern women, modern feminists, are completely toxic in their behavior, that they don't even see what they're doing wrong, and they will take no accountability for anything they've ever done. And I know there's like, well, what about men? It's like, yeah, there's men out there that are trash, but it's a very small minority of men, and all the women keep dating those same men. So no wonder you all think they're all trash, just because you've only been dating this amount of people when all the other men are down here. It's like you get what you deserve, right?
Most are really good. I would say most are really good men. Want to be single. They don't want to deal with that toxicity. You know, their lives are good. Why would I bring somebody toxic into my life, or that's hiding their toxicity to where you get close to them and then they just flip on you? Next thing you know, you're sitting there in a freaking relationship that is miserable.
She has to. She has to get a pleasure out of his embarrassment. Like it's one of those things. Like that's a narcissist for you. She's a case base of a narcissist. She enjoys causing other pain, and she enjoys especially emasculating him in public, because you know how many times that they've said we don't want our relationship to be public, but they keep making it public. It's kind of like how the royals keep saying that, oh, we don't want to have a public life, and then keep doing all these different types of tours. We want to be out of the public life. That's why we left the royal family. And then they just keep being Meghan Markle. That's it. Is Amber Heard, Meghan Markle, and Jada Pinkett-Smith are the best examples of being a toxic woman ruining men's lives.
3 horsemen of death. But you know, a huge problem is social media too, and social media brings out a lot of these qualities. You start seeing them. You know, you start seeing like these people that try to hide it. They can't hide it for long. That's the thing with a narcissist. They try to hide it, but eventually it comes out, and a lot of it comes out on social media. Just watch how they interact with people, these women. Watch how they address issues. Just watch. If it's always toxic, I'm getting you, that's a freaking toxic person. And they're a narcissist. Somebody that's not a toxic person or a narcissistic personality disorder will usually just let shit go. We just, I don't care. You know, whatever. The loudest person in the room is usually the one lying about stuff. Will Smith just needs to walk away. File that divorce paper.
That's the problem, man, is that
his kids are grown. He ain't got to pay
he's what
nothing.
you know how like the stereotypical drama is like when they show it on TV, they always show the battered woman that'll never leave because she's in love with them. That's what he is right now. I'm so in love with her. She is destroying you both body and soul, my friend. She is destroying your career, your livelihood, and your personality, dude.
Your emotions and everything.
Leave. For the love
leave
of
her.
God.
Ghost her. Just straight up disappear. Never talk to her again. That's how you get them.
His kids are
a figment of my imagination.
There's no reason he needs to stay. The kids are grown, right? They've done their time together. You need to find happiness, my friend. You need to leave her. Period, man. Period. It is sad. And it's just like I said, it's the show.
You're
like
better than me. My cutoff game is strong.
We're done. We're done. It's like you're so done with a person that you go.
I always tell people I'm at the.
Oh, God.
I'm at the stage of my life. I will cut a family member off like that. So you don't think I would cut you off? Yeah, you get out of here. You see ya. I'll snap you out of my life real fast. Never talk to you again.
Nope. Sometimes that's what you need. Like certain people in your life will do nothing but suck the energy out of you and your life out of you. And sometimes you're not the victim. So like, I'm just saying, it's like you have a healthy idea of who you really are and self-respect. That's what you need.
Yeah. Don't take no crap.
Be honest with yourself. Do an actual accountability of yourself and see if you're really the victim in a situation. And if you aren't, then you need to leave. That's it. You need to leave.
Yeah, and if you are the victim, don't let people try to gaslight you to make you thinking that you aren't the victim, because nobody decides someone else's victimhood. If something bothers you as a man and something a female is doing, it bothers you, and you walk away from that situation, it's not up to them to decide how good or bad or how bad it was. It's up to you, the individual. Your level of tolerance is different from their level of tolerance. What they're doing, they may just look at it in their life like, I wouldn't trip about that, but they're not looking at your life.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So she's not looking at what affects Will Smith. She's only looking at it at her point of view, saying, well, you know, It really does. It's really not that big of a deal. I mean, I just did this. But to him, it was a big deal.
Yes.
That's how you got to dance around with these narcissists. They're the victim every time. They can do the wrong. They're the victim. Notice she's playing victim now.
Yep, she is.
Typical narc. Yep.
And thanks, Barbara, for that. Yes, definitely hit the like button so you can follow us and get more. Go ahead and call the show for tonight. We'll be on with the Savage Patriots tomorrow night. I always forget the time. Why is it?
Tomorrow is
no
shoot. It's usually 5:30 Central.
Yeah, 5:30 Central. So it's 6:30
Eastern.
Yeah,
6:30. Yeah.
And then we, as always, we're live Sunday at 6. Okay. My kid's getting on to me now. Anyway, live at 6 every Sunday. You can find us there. Like I said, Savage Patriots tomorrow. So, Michael, go ahead and take us out.
All right, make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit that like button, hit that notification button so you get that alert whenever we're getting ready to go live. Make sure you follow our other social medias. It should be in our link tree in our bios. You know, follow us on everything from Facebook to TikTok to Snapchat to OnlyFans. And
OnlyFans. Just got an Only Feet. You got a feet finder. No. There you go. Anyway.
Mine is only food. Only food.
Only food. Okay. Yeah, it's only food. Anyway, that'll be it for.
So we'll see you guys tomorrow.
We love you, America. We're out.
And war.
According to your Facebook page,